Morning ladies and gents, Jimmy here, and welcome back to Butmore Park. It's back, it's here. So for those who don't really know, or maybe not so much into the real world motorsport, Butmore Park, one of the best karting circuits in the UK, one of my favourites, definitely the ones that I've been to anyway. Over the course of lockdown and COVID and all that stuff, it was starting to look pretty dire for this circuit. There were a lot of problems, I think, regarding funding, and we all thought that we were actually going to lose Butmore. We thought that Butmore would be no more and it would just be turned into another Amazon shipping warehouse. Luckily though, in recent months things have turned around. I think there's been some new funding. Again, this is just me guessing things, I've not been told this. Which means that Butmore Park will be reopening, I think at the end of this month, end of June. I'll get a real date on that somewhere or put it on the screen. But before then, they've invited myself and a couple of other racing/YouTube plebs to come down, have a little bit of fun, enjoy the circuit whilst it's still semi-closed, and record hopefully some really fun and really interesting content for you guys. I say interesting, it'll probably just be being sent by Steve into T1, but I guess that's interesting to some people. You like seeing me suffer, don't you? Of course you do.
Hello viewers!
This bit's going to be slow-mo. So in our gorgeous slow-mo we have Aldas, Hayden, Matt Amos, Super GT, Jan Mardenborough, Game Muscle there in the background too. Hello Jan. Ed Bridle, fellow Praga driver, and this guy.
Oh my god! It's that Jimmy Broadbent. Everyone else is just early, mate. It's fine.
So the format of today, I think, is we're going to be racing lots. Qualifying is going to be, I think, a 15-minute session, something like that. Then I think it's reverse grid for the race itself. Whether that's a good idea or not, I don't know. I might have to crack out the Nico Rosberg strats and just send it into the barrier. I'm not sure if it's one or two races, but whatever happens, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'd actually like to actually see these people in person again. It's been so long. So for my really terrible filming effort, we have, first of all, GoPro here, which I don't know if that's at the right angle or not, and in here, the cam box, which has actually fallen down quite a bit. So that's probably going to be useless. So for the content, I can barely see out the visor. I mean, I can see completely fine out the visor, and no one should question anything. So before we all destroy each other at G1, the driver briefing has to happen. And I've got to say how nice it is to be back in this room with such fine gentlemen, just because the last time I was in here was the start of 2020. That's so long ago. So it was really nice to be sitting here, having Clint give us the briefing as always. It felt, I don't know, it felt sort of warm and fuzzy. Hey, what's up guys, Helmet Cam here. Hopefully this works. I have no idea if it will. We'll see.
So, cart numbers, Hayden, you're number 3. Max, you are number 1. Jay, you are 4. Put your full name and I'd have said it. James West, number 5. Steve, you are 7. Aldous, number 2. Ed, 8. Jimmy, you are 6. Nathan, number 9.
Right there, the novice.
Go for him.
So then, qualifying at Butmore, 15 minutes, which sort of doubles up as a practice session as well for those who have just been here for the first time, such as Game Muscle there in the novice bib. I thought it was a yellow flag lap at first, but Steve showed me otherwise, so I nearly ran into the back of him. There goes Ed as well, very keen to get out ahead of the pack to get some qualifying times down, locking up the tyres there to get a bit of heat. And just doing the same thing here. I think it was a good idea just to try and get to the front of the pack and try and just get a little bit of space, because the last thing you want to do when qualifying is be held up by people, and because there were varying sort of experience levels here, it was a good idea just to get out into a little pack up front and go from there. So I go side by side with Aldas here. I think I sort of scared him into letting me through, which is nice. Down this bottom section, tyres are cold right now, so just letting them warm up, aiming for that little bit of wall on the left there. They're tucking in very nicely as we get by Matt Amos here, just up the inside. And there you go, nice little bit of space in front of us now to try and put in a decent lap. Qualifying results were then reversed, so the fastest would start at the back, with the slowest starting at the front.
What I will do, guys, I'll take this insert out again.
Well, yeah. 2 tons.
Hope so. Oh, reverse grid, mate. 2-1, mate.
So a terrified Game Muscle will be P1, Jan Mardenborough P2, Aldas P3, Matt Amos P4, my boy Marmaduke there, just telling him where to finish in P5. Then, who else? Steve GT in 6th position. I would be starting in 7th with Hayden in 8th, and then rounding out the field would be Ed behind us in P9. ready to race then. 10 minutes here at Butmore Park. We have Ben Daly in front of us. Watch his start. It is the worst start I've ever seen. He just does not move for quite a while, so I have to take the grass to get by. Steve cuts across to the inside too, so I decide to follow him through T1 and T2 here of Butmore, past Game of Muscle. Audace there on the left. Gets murdered by Steve. So Steve does me a favour, gives me 2 places there. And at the same time, I managed to crush my testicles on the first curb. So an interesting first start to that. Matt Aim is just about defending there from Jan in front as we now come down the hill for the first time. Really fun section this, into the draft of Jan in front. Tyres are still cold at this point. Tuck the car in. Slips a little bit through here and then aim for this little bit of wall on the left. A bit too close, they see a bit too much speed on the way in. Matt takes even more speed than I do and misses the corner. So now up into P2 behind Jan. Coming through the hairpin, really slow off there, made a mistake, slid the kart a little bit too much. When you do that, you just lose all momentum. Really nice shot here from the drones who go up the hill for the first time. You can see Audace there in the background after being absolutely killed by Steve. And following Jan now into T1 and 2, a bit more speed than Jan I think at this point. So I think about maybe trying a move into T1, move offline just to see if he looks back. He doesn't, of course, this guy's a pro, he's not going to be looking in his mirrors or looking behind him. I thought, let's try a lunge then into this left hairpin. Nice, nearly got it done, but just a little bit slow on exit. Jan uses the overspeed there, a little bit cheeky there. I did force him off the circuit a little bit as we go side by side down the hill now. Have to sort of give up the room down here, not much point going for it. And I'm just very conscious at the moment that I'm going to have a kart try and lunge me, because when you're fighting somebody in front, that means people behind you are going to be gaining. So I'm just focusing on getting this corner nice and tight and nice and well done. There you go, nice and quick through there. A lot smoother, a lot quicker, a lot better exit speed. And as you can see now, as a result, we're going to just pull on Jan up the hill. I think I had a pretty quick kart, but Jan does weigh a little bit more than me as well. So using the draft here, nice and easy, up the inside we go, thank you very much, up into the lead. So really nice there to get by Jan, and leading my first race ever at Butmore. A bit of a new experience for me, so I was just trying to watch myself, and I say that, Jan gives me a big biff on the inside there, slide out, and Steve tries to go around the outside. I drive him wide, and Ed comes through as well, so Jan goes from P1 to P4 a couple of corners, and Marmaduke there notices a drone, bless him. I think he's enamoured with that thing, but still managing to keep the lead there just about after a little bit of drama, a little bit of contact down the first couple of corners. But hey, it's rental kart racing. What else do you expect? It's a bit of a free-for-all as we make our way again through the hairpin. So just trying to keep an eye on who's behind me at the moment. I know Ed is very quick. As you see, they're coming through this left-hander. You get an idea of how the gaps sort of looked after a couple of laps. If we go to the drone footage now, see me, Ed, Steve, Jan, and there's Marmaduke as well. So starting to put a bit of a gap, and then Ed seizes the opportunity up at the inside there. I was a bit slow coming out of the fast right-hander, squeezes by me, and I think, well, okay, he's a bit quicker than me. I'm going to just push him down the straight here. I know that Ed was a bit faster. Ed's again, professional racing driver, and also used to work here for a long time, so that's my excuse out of the way now. But I knew if I let Ed get away, there'd be no chance of me catching back up again. So I had a slight overlap in him here and thought, screw it, chucked it into the first hairpin, missed the corner by a country mile, but I was now alongside him, and more importantly, on the left for this next hairpin, which means I had the line, was able to retake first position, and actually kept the place right up until the last lap. Here we are, final lap now. Ed and me have been working together. He'd been pushing me along whenever he caught me up again, and I was very much aware that he was right on my exhaust, so a little bit slow into the first hairpin there, maybe overthinking it a little bit, and as a result Ed gets the overrun onto the inside here, throws it up the inside, bit of contact there, pushes me a little bit wide, fair pass, so I left the door open, and now I am the one in second place trying to think, is there anywhere left that I can get by? I'm running out of corners at this point, running out of time. Coming down the downhill here, he actually pulls away, but it's a bit slow on this left hand, so I think, oh, screw it, up the inside again, chuck it right to the curb there, just about stopped it. Ed saw me coming, fortunately, and released his steering and let me through, and there it was. I had made the move. I was thinking, right, is there any way he can get back by me? Now, I don't think he can, because we're quite similar in a straight line. Come around the last corner, and I win! I win the pleb race! Finally, I win. I never get to win races, so it was a really nice feeling that, and really cool to get to race Ed directly as well. We've raced, of course, in the Pragas, but really cool to get to race him in karts. Bit of show respect there at the end, and yeah, proper happy with that, but my arms definitely hurt at the end. I forget how bumpy and how physical these little rental karts are when you're chucking them around. So the full results there on your screen now. I even got fastest lap to boot. I think everybody else must have been ill, at this point. So back into the pit lane then, and yeah, feeling pretty good that I've had my first win here at Butmore.
That was fun, that.
We got these a lot low.
Yeah.
I thought if I just push you along, we'll get away from them. We did.
Yeah, mad, man. I kind of only half meant to send it.
Yeah.
I thought, oh shit.
Well, I did it when I was on that last lap. I was like, as soon as I got on you, I was like, he's going to go for it down the hill. I just knew it.
I was so slow that second one.
It's hard to rocket it, isn't it?
What?
It's flying up the straight.
You were rocking! I didn't expect you, and then I was like, fuck you, I'm gonna try and have you now, and I just locked up. I was like,
Mate, I should have had an insert. I was like, in a seat like this.
mad, eh?
No.
Hopping around so much.
Yeah. Pretty sure my spine's a different shape now, actually.
You see my hip manoeuvre on Alda?
Yeah. That was great. Great move.
Yeah, but when he was spinning across the track, and I was like, which way do I go? To be regionals in front of me, we're gonna roll it.
Have fun.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I'm knackered.
What a ton of fun that was. Got to race with Ed for pretty much the entirety of the, how long it was, 15 minutes or so. Felt longer, it always was longer. Never really never led a race before, so I wasn't really sure what to do. But I kind of thought that Ed was going to, when he overtook me down the bottom here, 'cause I knew I was weak down there, but sort of just like sent it in, hoped for the best. He saw me luckily and gave me the room, so all went well. So that's us pretty much done at Butmore. Man, so cool to be back here, it really is. I was really concerned during the lockdown period that it's going to be the end for Butmore. You know, so many places suffered, so many businesses suffered during that period that hearing Butmore added to that list is quite sad really, but it's just, you know, you almost came to accept it. But to be back here driving and racing, having fun, it really, you know, it's nice. It feels like some level of normality, because that's sort of the last time we were here, was when things were, well, pre-COVID. So a big thank you to the guys at Butmore for inviting all us degenerate YouTubers and influencers out and whatever to have a little go and enjoy ourselves, and it's just great to be back driving at Butmore, it really is. So I'd really encourage you guys that for any of your local kart circuits, go support them. They need the help more now than ever, so go give them some love. But that's the end of the video for today. I'm very clever and forgot to actually record a proper outro, so thank you all so much for watching, and thank you again Butmore for letting us come and drive their karts. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to tap that like button. You can subscribe and hit that bell notification icon too, that way you won't miss any content in the future. A massive thank you to my Patreons and channel members for supporting all my silly shenanigans. That's very hard to say. Take care, have an awesome day. See you next time.